Okay, so I'm not gonna give you guys a story behind why I've been gone. Just know I'm working very hard on something special, so that's why I've been a lot of distant. It's going on 2 weeks, but just know that I'm doing something that's taking up a lot of my time, but it's a lot of reviews coming, so don't worry. But I wanted to come and do this video because clearly there's a lot going on in entertainment, people. People got fiery dicks. Girl. People done quit loving hip-hop. So I'm going to now start this segment on my channel called Closet Talk, which I will be in my closet just talking and shooting off, really no makeup, or maybe getting ready in here, telling you guys my opinions about stuff that's going on in social media and the media period in the world of entertainment. And I've done this, like I started my channel doing this and then I stopped doing this, so I kind of want to just kind of go back to this, especially during the summertime, of just kind of what's going on. Now I don't know how fast this video is going to be out, girl, and like this one is going to be compiled of more than one subject, so here we go. This might be a lengthy one, so get comfortable. The first thing that I do want to talk about is because I kept getting messages about people being very upset that Kylie Jenner got a wax figure and our great late Aaliyah does not have a wax figure. And a lot of people were trying to justify and say why this was it, and it didn't make sense. And to me, it made a whole lot of sense, you know. So I wanted to touch on this because I think as fans, a lot of times people feel slighted or feel like, why this and not this, or this person did it and not this. So I'm gonna break it down to y'all so that it all just makes complete sense. I'm just gonna say I'm not a fan of Kylie Jenner, but I don't have anything against Kylie Jenner either. I don't really understand why she gets the hate that she gets. Like some people, like Jeffree Star, for instance, I understand why people would dislike him. For her, I don't understand why people dislike her, other than the fact that she came from a family with not the greatest reputation, and they've been able to sustain and make a life off of being themselves. And a lot of people say, well, they don't have any talent. Well, the American dream is to be able to just sustain and live life, a great life, without doing anything. And that's exactly what she does. But she's cultivated that into a actual business. Now, whether you agree with it or not, she's still a brand. So it goes back to the wax figure, which is Madame Tussauds is a company who makes wax museums and have been doing it for eons of years of celebrities at the moment that are not realistic at the moment, that are legendary, iconic, or whatever. Kim got hers years ago, and I personally feel like the wax figure didn't look shit like Kim, just like that Beyonce one don't look like, which I'm confused as to why people are so up in arms about this particular Beyonce one, because the shit's been up for years. They just changed the bitch clothes, but that wax figure has been there looking like Jessica Simpson since Dangerously in Love. So I don't, okay. But here's why Aaliyah does not have or here's my theories, I'll say. I'm not going to say for a fact, like I know, because I don't. But this is why she doesn't have a wax figure. Because her family most likely will not say yes to that. Okay? Just like I'm sure her family is not going to say yes to this MAC collection that you guys want her to have. And I do too. Don't say you guys. I'm going to say I do too. But what you guys have to also understand is the fact that although we're fans, and it has been years since she's gone, her family does not necessarily see her as Aaliyah the singer or the trendsetter. She was Aaliyah the daughter. She was Aaliyah the sister. But the person that we see her as opposed to her family, is completely different. And what you guys also have to understand and realize, which I don't know, it was somebody, I don't know if it was Michael Jackson or if it was Biggie's mom. It was one of the two, but they both have, I think Michael got like his whole, every nose he had got a figure. And they put him around the world. And I think Gaga also has the same difference. And she didn't want to look at it. You know, her son has been gone for years, and she was like, I don't really want to, or somebody was like, I really don't want to look at it too hard, because if you guys have never been to like the wax museum, the shit is freaky, okay? Myself, Ivy here on YouTube, and Jada from Princess Hair Shop, we went years ago, and it was freaky to be like, Selena Gomez is the one I remember specifically being the creepiest, because it looked just like her, and they look like they're just standing there and they're gonna just jump out. Think of House of Wax, because that's kind of what it reminds you of. The Rihanna one we took pictures with, and she looks just like, and I've seen Rihanna in person, she looks just like it. Everything from the eyelashes, everything is so creepy. So imagine somebody that you love passes away, and then we immortalize them in the last time you seen them. So let's just say Madame Tussauds say, yes, we want to give her a wax figure, and we want to do AJ number 1 in a million in the last album. And we'll put them in LA, Tokyo, and New York. So when you go and imagine, just keep yourself in their shoes. You go and this is your grandpa, this is your sister, your significant other, you know, your brother, cousin that's passed away, and they take that damn sheet down. It's like looking at that person again, and all of those feelings get zhuzhed up. So I think that's kind of the reason why her family has been so tight-lipped on allowing her legacy to progress like I would have wanted to be. Like, don't get me wrong, as a fan, I'm very frustrated with a lot of stuff. I have to use an example. Selena's family has done a great job with keeping her legacy alive with the MAC campaign. And you guys know last year, I did a thing on Instagram where I'm like, if you sign this petition for her to get her own wax figure, I will follow you. Even though people charge her for follows, which I think is really whack, but okay. Trying to do my thing. I think sometimes a lot of the fans look to me because I have a larger platform, so I have a longer reach to say and do certain things to get things done, which I'm always here and open to do. But I'm also very realistic about a lot of things, and I feel like a lot of the reasons why we haven't got a MAC campaign or a wax figure is because her estate is not going to sign off on that. And we could sign petitions and talk as much shit as we want until the jaws of all of us fall out. But if her estate says no, then MAC nor Madame Tussauds can do shit about it, because that's against the law. So then you take somebody like Kylie Jenner, who has, regardless of what we feel about Aaliyah, Kylie Jenner is right now. And Kylie Jenner and the Kardashian name sells. So what do they want to do? They're going to give her one because all of these little girls are going to come with their lip kits and their lips looking like stupid to take pictures with the plastic wax Kylie. And I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us have to start to realize that no matter how much you love a person, if things are being done, it's still a business. When you see J-Lo and Beyonce in a L'Oreal commercial, they're not doing it for the love of the product. They're doing it because they can charge as much as they want and be brand loyal to a brand like L'Oreal, who will make them look amazing and put them on all these boxes and get a nice amount of money for it. It's still a business. So when a lot of times we look at things and we get upset about certain things, you have to understand there's a business side to this too. And her family may feel like they don't look at her as a business. We don't want to have people that accessible to her. So therefore, we're not going to do that. We don't want to do that. I would like it. I'm a person, just like a lot of you guys, who never got to meet her. This will be the closest thing for us to be able to meet her in this lifetime, okay? And her family may feel like we don't want her that accessible to people. And I feel like, and when you are a person, like from what I've seen and what I've read, celebrities and their teams get a chance to give you every single thing. A lot of the clothes that they wear are actual outfits that these celebrities have worn, or they've been reconstructed to look just like the original outfits. I know a lot of Gaga stuff is her original stuff. So they'll go, you know, tooth and nail. Now, Kim and Beyonce's are the two, to me, that look the least like them. But when they were actually in wax before they were painted and the makeup were put on, they look just like the person. It's just the styling and stuff a lot of times throws shit off. But, and they should be wrong for the Beyonce, because I'm telling you, that is so Jessica Simpson. Yeah, it's one of those things where we as fans have got to stop pointing the finger and say, well, Kylie Jenner doesn't deserve one and Aaliyah deserves one. But the reason why Kylie probably is getting one is because her team said, let's go for it. And Aaliyah's team said no. So you can't be upset at the person who got it over the person who did it. Now, all this is speculated. This is not factual. I don't know. But I do feel like a lot to me, it's a double-edged sword, because I understand the fact that this was a real person with a real family and had a real impact on people. On the other hand, she's also a real artist that I really look up to and I really idolize and will never get to meet. And I would like to have something like that for me as a person. So I see both sides of the table. And as fans, you can't really point the finger too much at other people, because sometimes it's it's a in-house thing as opposed to an external thing. And as much as we love Aaliyah, Kylie Jenner has millions of followers who are going to go from Tokyo to New York to LA to go take a picture with that hunk of wax that was perfected by a doctor, and I ain't mad at it. So yeah, that's all I'll say about that. But just think about that. And stop coming at Polo Kylie. She didn't do nothing to Aaliyah. She really didn't. If anything, she said she liked her. So let the girl live, okay? The next person, since we on the subject of Aaliyah, is fucking R.Kelly. Now, I don't know if you guys know. Oh yes, I am not a fan of R.Kelly in the least bit, okay? I don't like his music. The only R. Kelly song that I fuck with is Slow Wine. Now that is a jam. That's a bop like a motherfucker. I'd be lit as fuck in a club, especially when I'm drunk. But I'm not a fan of him. I've never understood what the hype was, in my opinion, about R. Kelly. I've always looked at him as a predator. I've never looked at him as an artist. And when I've tried to look at him as an artist, it just was weird. He always rubbed, even when during Aaliyah's first album, I don't listen to that album a lot because he's heavily influenced. Oh, by the way, I just want to say that I'm not a fan of R. Kelly as an artist, but he's wrote some jams for B2K, and y'all know I love B2K, so just take this with a grain of salt, okay? Go ahead. On that album, such as the other day I was on my way to the store, and there's a song, I forgot, because that album is very touch and go for me. But the beginning of the song is Aaliyah, you're the only one. And that, I said, nope. No, that's weird. She was 15. She was 14, 15. There's no reason why you be talking. I get you a producer. But even when Sean Garrett did Tierra Marie's album, he wasn't talking about Tierra Let's Fuck. Like, no, it was weird. He was giving us hints without saying. But anyway, to R. Kelly, he apparently has a sex cult with 6 women that currently reside in his home. One of the girls got loose, and she pretty much said that she had to ask to use the bathroom. She had to be she had to ask to use the bathroom, bathe, eat, wear hair a certain way, sleep. That's pretty much what this is. Like a modern day cult of him with women. And a lot of these girls are young. They're like 21, and they've been in this cult since they were 18, 17 type of thing. They run away from home. Some of these girls are just left on their own. Some of their parents don't give a fuck. It just depends. But the thing with R. Kelly, and there's a lot of y'all Chris Brown fans about to just hate me right now, but a lot of people with Chris Brown and Bill Cosby is that they still make excuses for these people who have a clear pattern of doing certain things. Let it be Chris Brown's anger, let it be R. Kelly with young girls, you know, let it be Bill Cosby with all these people. Now, with Bill Cosby, I don't think that all the people who came forward this actually happened. That's a lot of people. However, Bill Cosby is quite the old man, so it could be true. But I still feels like where there's smoke, there's fire. And everybody that we're talking about was put on a pedestal to be such a great person to this community of black people, and when they do wrong, because you don't want your heroes to look scorned, you just brush it under the rug. It's the same thing as when an uncle will molest someone in the family, and the mom will always have her baby's back no matter who was hurt. That's what I see in this situation, because he married Aaliyah. And people say, well, she said that they were never married. There is an interview that I will link below that is here on YouTube where a guy had asked Aaliyah about this. And he said, were you married, or are you married to R. Kelly? And her response is,
man, you are so late.
I know, but you know what it is? It's like, I just had to ask it though.
Nah, because like the fans, they know. You know what I mean? Like my fans that I love you, thank you for supporting me. They know, like you need to get like an old vibe or something and like get the answer, because that's old. I'm single.
Okay.
I'm single.
It was her way of saying, yes, it happened. I'm not married anymore. Let's move on from it. But it was true. They were married. And even though it wasn't legal because he lied about her age, he still married a 15-year-old. And at the time, I think R. Kelly was like 27. Something like that. So that alone, and finding interest in girls that are that young. And I did see the sex tape with that underage girl. And it was him. I don't give a fuck how many times he want to say it's his brother. No, nigga, it was you. Okay, we have evidence of this man peeing on young adolescent girls, but when happy people come on Everybody forgets that. When I Believe I Can Fly is sung at graduations for adolescents, which I think is a little weird because I sung that shit at my 5th grade graduation, by the way. Nobody remembers these things. And I get you can separate the artist from his work, but this is one of those things where it's not like Michael Vick, where he was, you know, even though I think brutality of animals is disrespectful, it's not the same thing because these are innocent children who are being preyed upon by older men, and it's weird. It's just, there's nothing that a 15-year-old could do for me, like, at all, but get the fuck out my face. But he clearly has an issue, and I feel like, in my opinion, this is just a long time coming. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is not something that is new with R. Kelly. This is not a revelation that we just heard about. So he says that he is shocked and something. I said he must have been shocked and whatever the fuck he said since 94, because nigga, this is not the first time we have heard about this. And throughout the years, I've definitely heard things about him still messing with underage girls and boys. But, you know, Bump and Grind and Slow Wine, those, listening to those records, even Slow Wine, even though it's my jam, it's just weird to listen to because he wrote this or said this with a whole different intent, people, okay? You remind me of my Jeep. Was it a Barbie Jeep? Like, no. Was it a Power Wheel Jeep? Like, it's weird. So then the last person we're gonna talk about is Diablo Dick Usher, okay? Cause, so I was trying not to talk about this, but girlfriend, I'm gonna make it quick. So Usher, well, not allegations, but there is some documents that came out of Usher, and Usher had sex with this girl who he was, Mantika, his ex-wife, Foster's, slept with her before the wedding and then after the wedding. I don't mean like the wedding day, but like before the marriage and after the marriage. That's the correct way to say that. And it was revealed that she got herpes from him, and he supposedly contracted herpes between 2009 and 2010, and it's very graphic that there was a greenish discharge that came from his penis. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever seen Cabin Fever 2, but one of the boys in there has sex with one of the girls who has like the virus that's in the water, and his penis has a green, it's just like watching somebody pop a pimple. It's so nasty. But apparently she's seen this and still decided to have unprotected sex with him. So in my opinion, girl, you got what you got. I mean, listen, if you see that cars are smacking dogs, don't run your ass out there too and think it ain't gonna smack you. Just saying, girl. But just as today, when I was gonna let the story rest, another woman who is seeking $10 million, well, she ain't gonna get no $10 million, she might get like 5. But she's saying that she also contracted earlier this year. Okay? So in the last like about 7 months, within the last 7 months, he dipped that thing up in her and gave her the fiery breeze too. I mean, that dick is hot. And it's really like, well, first off, he cheated on Grace, his old ass wife. But you're doing it unprotected, like you don't care. You don't care. Now that could have been HIV easily. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's incurable. But the girl's like, she had lesions and pains and aches in her vagina. Like her pussy is done. Okay? And she can't even go and have babies with nobody else because she could possibly give it to her other partner and her baby might be blind. Like, girl, or is that chlamydia? One of these motherfuckers have your baby out here like Ray Charles. So I don't fucking know. And I don't want a Stevie Wonder baby. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but if you can prevent it, don't do it. So Usher, strap it up, and he's worth a cool 180 million. Not after these bitches keep coming out, cause how many other bitches he done put some hot sauce on? How many other tacos have he spread the Diablo on? Cause that's nasty, okay? R.Kelly, I hope he gets the fire chamber. And as far as Aaliyah's wax figure is concerned, don't stop your support for her, and don't stop your support for Kylie if you love Kylie. Understand there are people in the world who thinks Kylie is God, and they love everything that she does. And I don't feel that way, but I can't be mad at them for feeling that way, because there's motherfuckers I love that people could care less about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll be back for more videos actually starting tomorrow, but I just wanted to do this, give you guys a lengthy video of what's going on, and I enjoyed this. So if you guys like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, because I heard YouTube been unsubscribing my shit, and I will catch y'all guys in my next one.